3, 2, 1. Hello friends, Janky here, and welcome to another episode of Hanging with Janky. It's been a sucky week, friends. I've been sick for at least 3 days of it, which is sad. And I've kind of taken a break off of videos for the week so that I could feel better. But you know what? It's so boring. Just laying around inside. Even watching Netflix, after a while, I'm just like, I need something to do. So, I'm coming back at ya with this week's Hanging with Janky. So, we got game news, we got subs to talk about, we got channel talk. So, okay, sorry. Bear with me, my mind is foggy. But, let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so starting off with channel talk, I only got up 2 videos this past week, so I'm just going to talk about those real quick. First of all, there is a new Janky's Lab for a game called Coffence. I only mention it because the developers have been super kind to me about it. I love the game. It's a coffee-based fighting game, which is hilarious to me. And they're working on it. It's in early access. They're adding a lot of updates to it. They've been in the process and the works of doing that. And they've been sharing my video with a ton of people, and it's been so kind and nice of them, and I would really appreciate you checking it out. Plus, it's just a really fun game, so I definitely suggest checking that out. The other video is the Jank Squad video, which it was a tough Q&A. So, inspired by Subpixel, I asked you guys for a whole bunch of really tough questions, and then I said that I would answer them. I tried to answer as many as possible. I obviously did cut it down quite a bit, so that I could fit it into 19 minutes, 20 minutes, I think is what I did. I had a lot more than that, but hopefully I'll be able to answer more of your questions next time, because I know a lot of you still had a lot of questions. But if you'd like to know a bit more about me, feel free to check out that video. So, see. And that's all that's going on the channel. As for what's coming up on the channel, I don't know how I'm going to feel over the course of next week, so I don't want to make you guys any promises that I can't keep. I do have a Janky's Lab that I really want to get done. Possibly a shared shenanigans, if I can get my friends into it. And maybe a janked up lore. But again, I'm not actually going to promise any of those things, because I don't know if I'll get around to them or not. So maybe those things are coming, maybe not, I don't know. But let's get into sub thanks, shall we? Because we got subs to thank this week. So we now have 275 delightful members of the Jank Squad, which is super cool. That actually may be one of the biggest influx of subscribers I've seen on the channel in 1 week. You know, I thank people every week, and it's usually 2 or 3, but that's 9. That's super cool. Anyway, let's get to thanking them because they're super awesome. First up, we have Anna Games, who has been a longtime supporter of the channel. She's super cool. She has 255 subscribers on her channel. She does vlogs and Final Fantasy and games and all this sort of stuff. She's super sweet. Super cool, just awesome. So definitely go check her out. And thank you, Anna, for being a part of the Jank Squad. We also have Del44Z Slayer. Thank you for becoming a part of the Jank Squad. I appreciate you very much. We also have Natalie Lewis, who seems super cool. I got to tweet back and forth with her a little bit over on the Twitter. She seems super nice, and Natalie, thank you so much for joining the Jank Squad. I very much appreciate it. And I hope that you have fun here. And then we have Silas. Silas is also a YouTuber. He has 35 subscribers over on his channel. He has vlogs up on his channel right now. He seems super cool and nice. Silas, keep doing you. You seem awesome, dude. And thank you so much for being a part of the Jank Squad. And I hope that you continue to enjoy being a part of the YouTube community. Unfortunately, those are the only 4 that I have popped up in my list here, and I checked my email to see if it would tell me who the other ones are, but I didn't see them in my email either. So I can't thank the other people, which is a shame, but I do thank you. I thank all 275 of you, because you're all awesome and amazing and wonderful, and it's just so nice to just feel like people watch and enjoy what you do. So thank you all so much for being a part of the Jank Squad. I hope you continue to enjoy in the future. And of course, I love you guys. Alright, so let's get into news, shall we? Starting off, as always, with Quickfire news. Yay! Alright, so we got a lot to get through on Quickfire News, so let's go on and get started with Overwatch. That's right, Doomfist has released on the PTR the new Overwatch hero who wields the Doomfist gauntlet. My friends and I were playing around on the PTR with Doomfist the other day. He is super sweet. Oh my god, check him out. Plus, they have a sweet new highlight system where you can save highlights. All sorts of awesome stuff going on with Overwatch. If you haven't tried it yet, oh, next time there's a free weekend, definitely try it out because it is such a fun game and I love playing that with my friends. And Doomfist is sweet. Moving on, Horizon Zero Dawn surprised us at E3 with the announcement of a sweet DLC pack, but also they announced that they are adding a new Game Plus mode with the latest update. Also, a difficulty upgrade, so if you want to go hard and fast at that game, feel free to because now you can. Moving on, we have the Pokemon Go celebrating its anniversary event. Did that make sense? Well, whatever. The point is that Pokemon Go is celebrating an anniversary, and they got some super cute and sweet things going on to celebrate it. Namely, this Pichu in an Ash Ketchum hat. I really hope I was able to find a picture and put it in because it's super sweet. And Pichu, it's been established as my spirit Pokemon. So, that's adorable. And I love it. Moving on, with the SNES. So, as we all know, Nintendo is working on releasing the SNES. Wait, have they already released the SNES Classic? Maybe they have. Anyway, it's being released with a Rayman prototype. Well, actually, I don't think that the SNES is being released with it. However, one of the people who worked on the Rayman prototype has the Rayman prototype, and you can download it for free, and it actually works in emulators too, so you can download it on your computer. But it is a prototype for a game for Rayman that never got made, and now you can play it, which is super cool. Moving on, we also have Summer Games Done Quick, which is a speedrunning event held annually for Doctors Without Borders. You may see it around Twitch. It's super cool. A whole bunch of speedrunners get together and they do crazy speedruns of popular games to raise money for Doctors Without Borders. And it's going on, I think, all next week. So definitely go check that out. It's going on right now, actually. Definitely go check that out over on Twitch. It's an amazing event. I absolutely love it. Go check it out. Moving on, we have Valve, who is eliminating the 2017-18 season in favor of sponsoring third-party tournaments. That might be a mucky sentence, but basically, the Dota 2 tournaments, which they hold every year, they have the 2 majors tournaments. They are not actually officially holding them. Instead, they are sponsoring third-party tournaments. They have levels set. I believe anything considered major, it has a 500K prize, which seems really high, but apparently that's what they're considering a major, and then the minors are a different level. I'm gonna be honest, I was so tired, I didn't read that much into it, but basically, whenever you win these tournaments or participate in these tournaments and get a really high ranking, that contributes to you being able to participate in the giant the finale at the end of the year. That's a stupid word. I'm sorry, my brain is so muddled. But the point is that they're still holding the big major finale show-off tournaments at the end of the season. They're not just having an official season that Valve is running. So that's what I wanted to say with that story. Let's move on. So, next up we have the announcement and simultaneous cancellation of FNAF 6. That's right. FNAF 6, which was very much looked forward to by a lot of FNAF fans, because of course FNAF, a lot of people have been speculating about the 6th game, and people were really excited about it, and Scott Cawthon finally announced that yes, he was working on FNAF 6, and now he's going to cancel it, because he feels a lot of pressure, and he's not sure what he wants the game to be anymore, and he was just like, canceling it. Will this stick? I don't know, but apologies if you're a FNAF fan out there and you're looking forward to FNAF 6, because it might not be happening. Anyway, let's move on to the last story, which is League of Legends and the currency in-game increase due to Brexit. So if you are a UK gamer, which some of you out there are, and you like League of Legends, which maybe you do, it looks like you'll be paying the same amount for a few less Riot points due to Brexit, which was an actually really interesting read, but it turns out that because Brexit and the fall of the pound compared to other currencies, The UK gamers were paying the same amount, but they were getting more points, and it wasn't evening out with the rest of the world. So now you pay the same amount, but you get a few less Riot points. Unfortunate, but interesting story. And that's all I have for Quickfire News this week. I had to cough that entire time. Thank God I made it through that 4-minute stretch without actually coughing into the mic. Alright, so slowing things down a bit, we are going to talk about PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and how the release date was pushed back on it. So this actually gets into an interesting subject that I like to talk about sometimes with friends, which is early access and what it means to be early access, and is it different from alpha and beta, or is it just like a paid alpha beta? Is paid really the way to go when it's an alpha beta, and all this interesting stuff. But basically, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, they wanted to be in early access on Steam for 6 months. That's what the development team said. But recently they've decided to push that back somewhere into the 4th quarter of 2017. Maybe sometime around October is what I hear some people saying, but they didn't give an official date because they want to give themselves that wiggle room. Basically, they said that it was a little harsh for them to give themselves a 6-month time span to say, alright, this is when it's going to be released from early access, because that didn't really give them wiggle room when it comes to fixing bugs and doing everything they wanted to do with the game before the full release. And so they've decided to push back the release date. I don't think anyone in particular is really upset by the pushback, because of course the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds fan base has just been huge. You know, it's so popular as a King of the Hill game on Twitch, and just among half of my friends own it and just absolutely love that game. And I'm sure that because they're such fans of the game, they want it to be as good as it can be before the full release. So I don't think that anyone's particularly upset about the pushback. And honestly, I think that PlayerUnknown made a good decision in pushing it back. If he feels that the game isn't prepared to be on full release, then it makes sense that he would push it back. Today I want to update everyone on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds progress through early access. The amount of support and feedback we have received from our community has been incredible. I want to thank you all for your bug reports, feedback, and suggestions. As we continue to fix bugs, improve gameplay, and add new content, it's important for us to deliver you a fully realized and polished Battle Royale experience as we look towards launch. Over the past few months, I've done a lot of interviews, and in many of them, I said we hoped to be out of early access 6 months after we launched. I've come to realize that restricting the window to a specific month could hinder us from developing a fully featured game and/or lead to disappointment within the community if the launch deadline is not met. So, we have decided that we are going to push the full launch back a bit from the initial 6-month time frame, but want to assure you that we are still planning a full release before the end of Q4 2017, 4th quarter. We will continue to push weekly and monthly updates until full launch, as we want to ensure that the game we release is the best version possible. This is why we're giving a launch window rather than an exact date. We hope that this makes sense, and we appreciate your understanding. As always, I want to thank you for your continued support. See you in game, PlayerUnknown. I mean, I think that that's really nice, and I think that this shows off the best side of early access, because, I think with some games in early access, it's they go into early access and it's just kind of half-finished game and nothing really seems to happen with it. Whereas with other games, it feels like the devs are very much a part of the community, where they'll publish these weekly updates and be like, yo, this is what's going on, this is what we're trying to do, this is where we are in early access. And that's nice. And I've actually seen a lot of that. I think I've seen more of that in early access as I've been on Steam longer. And it's nice to see that, because I think that that's what really makes early access effective. I do still kind of think that it's a paid beta. I mean, it's a beta version of the game that you're testing, and yeah, it's playable and it has all the features you need to actually play the game, but at the same time, I mean, it's kind of better to be a part of a free beta than it is to be a part of a paid beta. But that being said, I think this is the best version of early access can be. Actually, come to think of it, I was part of the beta for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the actual beta, the beta before the early access launch. It was a fun game. I should buy it again, but I don't have the money right now. Good stuff, though. Anyway, all of that rant kind of leads me into my next thing, which is the opinion piece for this week, which is about Ark and the giant price hike they just did on it. So I'm sure most of you guys know Ark, or Ark Survival, or Ark Evolved, or whatever you want to call it. I just call it Ark. But this game has been around in Steam for a while. It's been in early access for a while. Ever since 2015, they've been working on it and fixing it and updating it, and it's been the center of a few controversies. I remember probably about a year ago, Ark had some trouble because they released paid DLC, which a lot of people were like, What? Why are you releasing paid DLC for a game that's in early access? If you're already saying that the game isn't complete, which is kind of the statement you're making when it's in early access, why are you tacking on paid DLC? That should be an update, not an extra thing you have to buy for the game. So people were pretty mad about that. Well, finally, it looks like Ark is ready to release as a full game. They've been gearing up for their launch for the past couple weeks now, and one of the things that they've done recently is hike the price. Originally, the game was $30, but now it's $60, the price of a AAA game, and a lot of people are not liking that. I mean, the biggest problem with this is a lot of people have still been reporting that the game has bugs that need fixed, it still has updates that need to be done, there's still issues with it that need to be taken care of before its full launch, and a lot of people are complaining, why would you pay $60 for a game when people are still saying that there's so much that needs fixed? Is it a $60 game if it has all these bugs and stuff in it? What constitutes a $60 game? What makes it worth that AAA price? Which leads me into my opinion piece, my question for the day, the thing that everyone has been talking about, which is, what makes the price tag of a game? Is it hours of content play? Is it the quality of the content that you're playing? What exactly makes a price tag worth it or not worth it on a game? Which is what I want to hear from you guys about. So, feel free to leave that in the comments down below. I am curious. Personally, I think that this is a ridiculous price hike to make on a game. Like, to jump it to double the price on a game, especially whenever I do hear that this game still has a lot of bugs to it. Why? Anyway, I want to hear your opinions, so feel free to leave those down below. And that's all I have for gaming news today. So I hope you guys enjoyed yet another Hanging with Janky. I apologize if I was a little space sage. I'm just feeling that right now. Maybe I'll go play some Crash Bandicoot. I don't know. Anyway, let me wrap it up. Oh my god, I forget what my exit thing is. Oh my god. Give me a second. If you guys liked it, feel free to leave a like down below. Comments, positive or negative, feel free to leave those below as well too. More than anything, I hope you have a lovely day, evening, or whenever you happen to be watching this. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, this is Janky Shenanigans, signing out.